Hey, how's everybody doing? Welcome to the worst reviews ever. So today is gonna be me and Casey Fred out here rocking out.
What's up? Yes.
I like the sweater, man. See you rocking it, KC, man.
Yeah, but hey, it ain't even about me, man. You know what tomorrow is? Tomorrow is my brother's birthday. What's up, man? Happy birthday, baby. What's up? Hey,
Appreciate it, man. I'm getting old out here, but I appreciate that.
wiser, you know what I'm saying? So
Uh, I'm getting the grays in there. I'm letting it just grow out. When I get 50, I might start dyeing it though. No.
Hey, you rocking it, baby. You rocking it. So,
I appreciate it though. Thank you, man. Your birthday at the end of the month, man. So
hey, man, we all got to get a little bit more wisdom in us. So it is what it is, bro.
No doubt, no doubt. But thanks again. But yeah, we'll go ahead. We'll jump into this. So the movie we're going to review today is Locked. So let me go ahead and pull up the slides real quick, and then we'll jump into the trailer.
Nice.
So Locked is a 2025 American psychological thriller film directed by David Yarvesky from a screenplay by Michael Arlene Ross, based on Mariano Cohn's 2019 Argentine thriller 4x4. So the plot on this pretty much is this: a thief breaking into a luxury SUV realizes that he has slipped into a sophisticated game of psychological horror. So the directors and producers, again, directed by David Yarvesky, produced by Ara Keshigan, Peter Jackal, Sam Raimi, Zanib Azizi, and Sean Patrick O'Reilly. And I know I butchered y'all names, and I apologize in advance. So the cast on this one, there wasn't too many people in there, but the main character, Bill Skarsgård, as Eddie Barish, and his family is like a real big acting. He got like a lot of brothers, and his dad is in a lot of movies. His dad plays like a lot of villains, and his brother was on that vampire TV show. So real solid acting family, man. And I think he did a good job in this. I actually liked him. He was in that also, I forgot what other movie, John Wick 4, the very last one.
Yeah.
So of course we got Anthony Hopkins as William. Shout out to the legend Anthony Hopkins.
Yes.
Still when somebody is such a great actor, and you're still like nervous of them, but like it was a movie role from Silence of the Lambs. Like you could give me a giveaway. You could be like, hey, jerk, man, we'll give you this trip to like Paris to come meet Anthony Hopkins. I'll be like, can I just he not come and I take the trip? They're like, nah, he's the main event. I'll be like, I'll pass. Because he might have took on the role too much, and he might have a little bit of that Hannibal Lecter up in him. So I'll be like, nah, I'll pass. But that's how good he was as an actor. He is, man.
Yeah.
And he still scared. He got that like presence of like he still carries on that role throughout life and shit.
Definitely.
And I wasn't no parts of that. Michael Eklund as Carl and Ashley Cartwright as Sarah. So all right, we'll go ahead, man. We're gonna pull up the trailer. Then of course, man, we're gonna dive into the ratings. And I'm definitely curious what you gave this one.
It's Eddie. Could you spot me some cash? Oh. Yeah, I'm having a rough day too. There you go.
My name is William. I'm the owner of this car.
What do you want?
Thou shalt not steal. That's not complicated, is it?
Did you just tase me?
I want you to experience the consequences of your actions.
Help me out! Whoa, help me!
Do I have your attention now? I've invested a lot of time and money into this project. The walls are bulletproof. I've also jammed the cellular.
So this was your plan? To let me die?
Let you die? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Wouldn't you want to ruin all the fun, would I?
Just tell me what you want.
I just want to introduce you to a little taste of hell.
Don't do this!
No. Justice.
You're done.
I said I'm Hello, Eddie. You're in my car.
All right. So let me go ahead and pull up these the rating on this one. And Casey Fred, we'll let you go first. I see you shaking your head. Oh, you're on mute. All right, you're good now.
Am I good now?
Yeah.
Man, this was tough, bro. This was tough. I mean, it had action, but not the action that I like. And y'all know I do not do these psychotic Halloween thrillers in Manila, you know. Oh my God. It was and because it was Anthony Hopkins, I couldn't normally I would give these movies a bad, but this was actually pretty decent. And so I'm right there between a 4.5 and a 5. So right now I'm just going to say that I just want to say it was decent. That's where I'm at. Like 4.5, we'll just leave it right there. Oh, that was rough. It was rough, bro. It was rough.
I'm on the opposite end of that, man. I'm gonna give this a 7. I can have it between good and very good, man.
You were definitely the outlier on this one. You got to go first.
No doubt, I'll go first. So, all right, here's the question. So I'll go ahead and kick it off. So, what was my rating and why did I give it that? I gave it a 7, but I like the fact that this movie was very simplistic. Because, like you said, there was really not too much action in it. It literally took place in that car that he was like boxed in and locked in, but it was simplistic where it showcased the acting in that movie. And, you know, I think the plot of this actually was like the war between the haves and the have-nots. You know what I'm saying? Where it's just like, it's kind of that classism. So they were having that dialogue and stuff. And, you know, the one guy, Eddie, was just a fuck up. And I also appreciate that, you know, him being a fuck up, he wasn't a brother or a Latino. So I was like, oh, thank God. But it like he was just a loser, man. He was just maneuvering through life like reckless and stuff. And then, man, he fell for the trap because that dude had that nice car. He parked it in that lot. He was like, man, they're gonna bite on this. And he just kind of like humbled him. He's like, man, you know how much it's like kind of like you're inconvenience to society when you do this to people. Right. So he had to kind of like progress through that whole thing. Like, man, he was tormenting that guy, like turning down the heat. My man shot himself in the car. You know, he had to drink his own urine and stuff. Ooh, he had him in there starving. So, you know, the guy just kind of was just like, you know what, man, I'm rich. I'm about to, you know, pretty much pass in a few months. My wife did. He's like, I'm about to give society this work. He was like, enough of this shit. You know, people just taking advantage of other people. He's like, I was about to start teaching some lessons and stuff. Yeah. But I like the dialogue that they also had when they started like, you know, actually having the conversations. Because my man, he was like, had the ego at first, but he started getting humbled. Right. Where, you know, like I said, he started freezing him out. He was like, I apologize for cussing at you. He's like, all right, cool, man. There's a bottle of water under the seat and there's a cookie in there. But, you know, he watered them down to like the basics and kind of put him in like, savage mode.
Yeah.
You know, like, hey man, appreciate the necessities.
Right.
And even then, you know, it made him kind of like the main character, Eddie. It made him kind of like reflect even on his own life.
Right.
Because like when he scratched off the scratch, he's like, man, I had the money right here. I could have just like avoided all this nonsense. And then, man, I want to spend time with my daughter. So it kind of made him put everything back in perspective. So I think, man, the fact that he had to kind of go through that whole progression, you know, that's what I liked about it. And that's what I mean, like it was very simplistic. So as far as the scenes that stuck out, I can't really say like too many scenes except for the one where, you know, they kind of went off the cliff and they started driving, but because it was just one continuation, I would say, of like one scene. He was literally in the car, you know, done shot himself and was doing bad in there. So he wasn't the brightest guy. But like I said, the dialogue, I think the acting performances between Eddie and Anthony Hopkins, Willie, in this was phenomenal. Because like I said, it just showed that dynamic, and it progressed to the point where that dude was just like literally breaking down, like, man, look, just kill me. You know, he was just like giving up, like, hey man, I tap out, like, man, just do what you need to do. But he had that ego in the beginning. So I like I said, I liked it for that aspect of it. But I do kind of see what you're talking about. Like if you like the action, yeah, this he was literally just stuck in a car listening to yodeling. So I definitely could see how the two dynamics could play out. So as far, if I was a director or a producer in this movie, what would I change or do differently? I don't think I would have changed too much of anything. Because like I said, it was very simplistic and it flowed very nice. So typically I would add like another dynamic in there. But I like the way how it kind of flowed. Like he was just a screw up from the jump. Kind of like just a low level criminal that just, you know, got into the wrong car. So maybe the end a little bit where I would have made him like drive around the city, probably a little more, change some scenes and stuff. And maybe he had to kind of do some stuff in a car, like solve some puzzles, but add another layer, like to keep himself like alive, or, you know, he had to kind of tell more of his like past, you know, so maybe that dynamic would have added to it. But other than that, yeah, I would have kept it the same. So, all right, Casey, Fred, I'll go ahead and toss it over to you.
All right. So I gave this rating a 4.5. The mind games and the psychotic, and I never forget this thief that goes. I mean, first of all, this is a very expensive, rich car. I think it's called Dolus, right? And it's sitting in the hood. Has no reason to be sitting there all by itself. And him with the smartest brains of all, oh, I think I'm just gonna go here and steal it. and all of a sudden, like I said, God was already trying to hook him up, gave him a scratcher ticket, and he was about to win $500 because at the beginning of the scenes, here he is late to pick up his daughter, who we find out later on he's behind in child support. He's never around. They kind of see him as a deadbeat father type of thing and everything, which you actually learn this thing out because William Anthony Hopkins all of a sudden gets his social security number, which he had to negotiate just for water and for food. So, which, like you said, Jerk, that's how he got his water bottle. And he also got his one little cookie. So, but the thing that just got me so bad was this: the simple fact of it is you got an old guy named William that all of a sudden is rich, but the very thing that he loved was taken away from him, and that was his daughter. And then he's on death's door because he has cancer and he doesn't have much time to live. And so at the end of the day, he says flat out at the beginning that he likes to play games. And the reality is it was so obvious that he likes to play games because he showed him, you think I really care about you? Well, let me drive you into another hood and you see these guys over there robbing and stealing and stuff. I'm about to take them out. And so let's play a game. And he flat out killed both of them, and didn't even think a heartbeat. And oh boy, who is a thief, let's just keep it 100. He is a thief, but he's not a killer. And all of a sudden, he just starts going crazy because one thing, as if one sin is better or more normal than the other. You know what I'm saying? I steal a little bit, but I don't kill nobody. You know what I'm saying? You a psycho, you know. And William says, well, maybe I am. Because you know, I mean, he flat out told him that. Yeah. It was crazy. This movie was getting in the psyche. I mean, it wasn't action, but it was really getting in the psyche, and he was really breaking this boy down. Because one thing, he thought he had every right to steal, and then he thought he had every right to steal from people like William. And William was breaking it down like, hey, I was poor once, and I worked hard. I did everything I needed to do in order to get to where I am. And then people like you want to come around and all of a sudden tear me down because of my success and where I became. No. We're going to flip the script. You know what I'm saying? And so an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. And he flat out told him, he said, hey, what do you think should happen? You know what I'm saying? For first offenders or second offenders. And he flat out told him, he said, well, if you haven't done this before and this your first time, let's look in your record and let's see where your states are. If this is your first time ever doing this, let's see what your record is and everything. And then that's how he found out about his wife and his kid and how he had been paying spousal support and he hadn't been paying child support. And so all of a sudden he took him on a ride. And the one thing that got me so bad was when it came to him, all of a sudden I can do it. I'm on my own. I know how to do it. And he had all this pride. And William kept breaking him down. He turned on the heat. He was doing all kinds. He was tasing him. He was doing all kinds of stuff, breaking him down, shocking him at every moment, not letting him have anything, but toying with his mental state because he did try to shoot himself. And it was a bulletproof car inside. And it bounced off the window and shot himself in the leg. And then all of a sudden he passed out from that. And he also scraped his arm too. And when he passed out from losing all the blood, he came to, he finally realized, oh my God, how did I get wrapped up? My leg is wrapped up. My arm is wrapped up. William was playing games with this dude because he literally came there, tended to his wounds, and still left him in the car.
Yeah.
I mean, who does this? You know what I'm saying? Like, he was all in his head, all mental. And he said flat out, I love to play games. And so everything was cool as far as this dude was like, hey, you ain't gonna break me and stuff. And to be honest with you, I thought for sure he wasn't going to be broken because who in their right mind drinks their own pee? I don't know anybody, never met anybody that drinks their own pee. And he didn't do it once, he did it twice in the movie. But he was that thirsty, and when he got his little water and he got his little cookie, he used that same bottle and got in the very back of the trunk there and used the bathroom. And then when he realized that, hey man, I'm thirsty, this is on day 2, he was literally drinking his pee. And I said, man, this guy can't be broken. This dude can't be broken. But the one thing that broke him down and sent him off the cliff as far as mentally is concerned was when all of a sudden William said, well, let's talk about your kid. And he drove up to the school. And there she was on a scooter. I guess she already knows that daddy ain't coming. Don't you supposed to pick her up around 2:15 and stuff like that? And he said, yeah, I've been over there to your family's house and stuff. They wouldn't let you in. They wouldn't talk to you. Oh, really? Really? And so he gave all this information and let them know that he had been inside their place, had met his wife and his kid, all the whole 9 yards, and then took him to the school. And then this dude started panicking. And then he let the car follow her and pretend like he was going to run her over. And several times you really thought, you know what? I'm not going to lie. He already killed 2 people.
Yeah.
Like, he probably about to come after this kid too, because honestly, the truth be told, I don't really think he cared about him, because let's just keep it 100. At the end of the movie, when he finally comes to the vehicle, brings the vehicle to where outside of town to where he was, which was somewhere on by the river, he all of a sudden tases him and then tells him to hook his arms up with a little tie string to some part of the vehicle, and then gets in the car with a gun, by the way. I want to say that, with the gun, and then proceeds to drive completely out of town into some area to this day we have no idea, but it just felt like, you're not coming back from this. You're not seeing your wife. You're not seeing your daughter. You're not seeing life after this. It's about to be a wrap. And I'm telling you, right then and there, it was just like the hatred. You saw the hatred come to full force for this guy, the petty thief. And you realize, this is my time. This is my chance. I'm about to take this dude out for all that he did to me. And he literally all of a sudden sent them over the little cliff, and they flipped over, and all of a sudden the gun goes off. And I want to say, did it hit him in the neck or something like that?
I think the shoulder or something.
Or something.
In the back of the shoulder blade or something. Yeah.
Where he was out, but he wasn't quite out or whatever. And his last, I never forget, his last statement was something like, it was nice playing with you, or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, so it was all a game to him, like as if he had been killing before, and it was just like, this was this game he wanted to play before his death, because the very thing that he lost was his own daughter, and he didn't care about him, and he wasn't waiting for the police. He wasn't going to take him to the police. He wasn't waiting for any judge or any ruling. He was going to be the judge and executioner himself. And when the car caught on fire and he realized, well, this dude about to die anyway, I got to get out of here. That's when all of a sudden he proceeded to go all the way to the back, break through the glass. He got a phone call. That was another thing. He did get a phone call because his daughter had called him back, because he left a little message for her as saying this is it, because he was so broken about how all of a sudden this dude came after his kid. It broke him. It was like, I don't know. It just, for the first moment, you finally realize, man, I care more about my daughter than I do myself. And because of that, that's what I felt like. Just after that, he said, I'm done. I'm literally done. Do whatever you want to do to me. I can't deal with that. I cannot deal with you all of a sudden taking out my kid, just like, and honestly, you could tell that's what William wanted. William wanted this dude to be able to feel the same pain that he felt when his daughter was taken out. And so it was just like, that was a very powerful and an incredible moment. And so, but man, when I tell you, this was an emotional roller coaster. And I was just like that to myself, bro, man, this is not action. This is not the kind of time you want to be eating nachos and laughing and stuff like this. And I mean, this dude is drinking his own pee. Like I said, man, I said, what am I watching here? This is crazy. And this guy, was he psycho? Yeah. William had lost the very thing that all of a sudden kept him going. And when he lost his daughter, seriously, he had no respect for petty thieves or anybody else that was criminals or anybody else that was, in the scene. I mean, everybody else was basically beneath him. And so he was like, you know what? It's time to teach them a lesson. It's time for me to be Batman. It's time for me to be my own vigilante and go after these people. And that's exactly what he did. And I'm telling you, when this petty thief, when he broke out of the Dulles from the back, he cracked the window, he was able to get out just in the nick of time because that fire basically consumed William and that vehicle. He made it up to the top of the hill from the little cliff that they had flipped over. And he sat there for a while, but he had told his daughter on the phone that, hey, 2:15, I'm coming. And he all of a sudden some truck come by, pick him up, take him back over to the original spot where he was trying to get his van. He obviously still had that ticket of that $500. And he said he realized the time was ticking, and he saw that bike over there, and he said, hey, your vehicle is going to have to go in the back. You're going to have to wait. And he was like, man, I can't wait. I can't wait. And so all of a sudden, the last thing you see is him all of a sudden riding on a pink little bicycle, jacked up in the face, blood still all over him. But he comes and tells his baby, I made it. I'm here. And of course, any little girl that sees their daddy, she just runs up to him, didn't care about the blood, no nothing, and just grab him. And that was just a special moment because he realized not only did he make it back, but he finally kept a promise that he always broke. He always broke. He was, in fact, his woman had always told him, you're never there. You're never there. And it's just like, and before, at the beginning of the movie, he didn't care. He really didn't care. All he thought about was himself. And then all of a sudden, William broke him all the way down to when he finally realized, what's more important to me? And he said, my daughter. And when he realized that he almost lost her, that's what I felt like that was the line in the sand, and it broke him. And then he said, you know what? I got to at least do right by her. And so he got back to her by any means necessary, which honestly, that was a growing period right there for him because I don't think he ever learned that lesson until then. So, but man, that was a horrible lesson that he had to go through.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you right now, I don't wish that on nobody. Honestly, don't wish that on nobody. But 4.5. Is there the performance that stood out? I would definitely say Anthony Hopkins. That guy is a legend. I don't even know how old he is, to be honest with you. I know he's up there, but he's still putting out good material. And I was, he put out a good material. And I'm telling you, I wouldn't want to face him. I'm kind of like you, jerk. I'm not for sure if I even want to shake your hand. I say, okay, sir, from a distance and keep it moving. But he did a great performance and stuff. And, he was just a guy that was broken, and he himself was not going to be broken no more. In fact, he said, you know what? I'm going to do the breaking. And that's exactly what he did, because he broke that young man. And he broke him down. And so, like I said, would there be any changes that I would make to this movie? It would have been nice to kind of like see, like they would have like a 6 months down the road. Sometimes they do in movies where to see, did he really change? You know what I mean? Or was it just for that moment? You know what I mean? Did he all of a sudden try to be a better father? Did he stop stealing? Did he go ahead and try to get a job? Did he try to all of a sudden change his life, get back with the woman? It would have been kind of nice to see if he would all of a sudden do better and see him do better. But they cut it off right then and there when he finally just made that change of, hey, if I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it, and I'm going to execute it, and I'm going to make it happen no matter what it takes. And so that was a serious life moment. And to be honest with you, for millenniums, they really, they really need to see that, because one thing, there's a bunch of them that are quitting everything at an all-time high. And, you know, it's just not good to quit. If you start something, finish it. And so, I mean, like I said, that was a very powerful lesson at the very end. But I am an action junkie. And so I could not go higher than 4.5, bro. It was rough and rough, bro. And there was no finishing nachos on this one, bro.
So I take it you're going to keep your rating the same? You ain't going to
keep it the same, brother. Hey, we'll leave it right there at decent. And to be honest with you, it probably would have been in bad or terrible territory if it wasn't for Anthony Hopkins. I mean, they had to put a name brand to this, because other than that, it wouldn't have even got that far, to be honest with you. So
yeah, I'm gonna keep mine at a 7. I still think it was like a very between good and very good. So I thought it was good, man. I like that like mental chess in those movies and stuff like that. So I definitely thought it stuck out. But I knew what's his name was gonna break, because I'm like, man, my man had a pink hoodie on and he had a blonde hair. He looked like a bootleg Eminem. So I was like, he gonna break. Like I knew that in the beginning of the movie. And then you lock me in something long enough, I absolutely would drink some urine. I'm all about survival. Then I would have ate that cookie. But real quick, see, here's his brothers right here.
Okay.
The main actor. So I know you've seen him in a lot of movies.
Definitely.
Yeah, and then this is their father.
Yes.
So
yes. He was on the Avengers. He's that.
Yeah, so he plays in a lot of movies, but that's what I'm saying. And man, the whole family's very solid acting family. So now when I saw that, I was like, oh, that's pretty cool, man. So yeah, I guess he's stepping in that lane too.
Definitely.
But y'all definitely check out the movie. Let us know what y'all think. Let me know if Frederick's wilding with his rating.
Always.
I'm
like
wilding with mine.
Maybe just like the Chiefs, we coming back.
Negative. Yeah. They are not coming back. But all right, y'all keep tuning in. Peace.
All right, peace.